The third part of 8.2 is taking a look at being able to actually solve rational equations. Everything that we've done so far has been rational expressions, which the one thing that we haven't really seen in the problem is an equal sign. So now we're going to throw in that equal sign to be able to solve it. You've got two ways to be able to solve a rational equation. The first one is you can go through and just simplify it, basically do what we've been doing, which if we take a look at B here, is if we go through and try to simplify this first, this top part of the fraction, the numerator, can be factored. We take a look, that last sign is negative. It's going to tell us that we're going to have a plus sign and a minus sign. Numbers that multiply to give us that 4 would be 2 and 2, and 4 and 1 that need to add to get a positive 3. With the different signs there, the 2 and 2 won't work. The 4 and 1 will work to be able to get the 3. So that's going to be a positive 4 because we're trying to get a positive 3, so the bigger number should have that sign. And then a negative 1 all over x minus 1, and that's going to equal 5. Well, if we take a look, we have two binomials that are the same. We can cancel them out, and we just get x plus 4 equals 5. Subtract 4 from both sides, and we get x equals 1. Now, when we get our answers here, we always want to plug them back in to check to make sure do they work. As in, if we go 1 squared plus 3 times 1 minus 4 over 1 minus 1, is that going to give us 5? Which what we may notice down in that denominator is 1 minus 1 is actually just going to be 0, and you can't really have a fraction that's over 0. That's an undefined answer. So this x equals 1 is not actually a solution. That's what we call an extraneous solution. Means that the solution that we get by going through and actually solving it is not a solution to the original equation, and that's what we're concerned with, is a solution to the original equation. So really, the one answer that we got is not really a solution. And so what we say then is, since the one answer doesn't work, we really have no solutions, so we have no solution. The other way that we can do this problem, if we don't want to go through and simplify it out, which work kind of quick, is what you can do is you can get rid of this denominator. So method number 2 to be able to solve this problem is you can go through and you can take this and basically just get rid of the denominator. We see that we have x minus 1 there, so we're going to multiply by that denominator. We multiply by x minus 1, multiply by x minus 1, which this is going to give us x squared plus 3x minus 4 equals, these cancel out now, and then we just distribute that other side, 5x minus 5. Now we have a quadratic equation. Remember, the way to solve quadratic equations is get everything over to the same side. So we're going to move the 5x over, so subtract the 5x. That's going to give us x squared minus 2x minus 4 equals negative 5, and then add the 5 to both sides, and that's going to get us x squared minus 2x plus 1 equals 0. You have a quadratic there that shows that it's equal to 0. Now we can factor this quadratic. If we take a look at that last sign, it's a positive, so that means our two signs should either both be positive, both be negative, which when we see that sign in the middle there, it's negative. That's going to tell us they're both negative. 1 times 1 is the only option that we have for the 1, so when we factor that, it's x minus 1 equals x minus 1. We set each one of these equal to 0 to solve them. It's the same equation that we're getting, so we're only going to get one answer of x equals 1, which when we plug that back in like what we did over here, we're going to get the 0, which means that that doesn't work and we still get a no solution. So no matter which method we choose to do, if we want to talk about this one, we get the same exact answer if we do it a completely different way. So I'd like you guys to attempt A and see how you can do. So you can go ahead and pause this and try A. The answer that we should get should be 10. If you're not sure how we got 10, we go through. Easy method to do this one is just to, again, to simplify this rational expression over on the left before we try to solve the equation. X squared minus 9 is a difference of squares, as in x squared, and then the 9 is going to be 3 squared. We've got the minus sign between it, so we can write this as x with a 3, x with a 3, and just throw in the two different signs, plus and minus. That's all divided by x plus 3, which equals 7. The x plus 3's can cancel each other out, and x minus 3 equals 7. Add 3 to both sides, and we get x equals 10. Then we really should check that to make sure that that works. 10 squared minus 9 over 10 plus 3. Does that equal 7? 10 squared is 100. 100 minus 9 is 91. 91 divided by 13, that does give us 7, so 10 is our solution.